Los Angeles to help the customer on board, and we'll continue pre-boarding in a moment. Thanks for your patience.
Good morning.
Under 3 hours, it's 2 hours and 59 minutes to be exact. Do anticipate a fairly nice ride all the way to LAX with that in mind.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex, this is Dave. We are in sunny Los Angeles today. This is real exciting because this is our first YouTube video and the start of our new YouTube channel, so yay. So this is the Road Warriors Guide. We're a sales channel and we believe in everything sales, so this is going to be everything about sales. So if you like sales, this is a good channel for you. And mainly we're going to talk about sales, talk about our travels around the US of A, great country, and really mainly here to help you and help you guys make sales and help you guys make some more money. So to start off, a little bit about Dave and I. So I'm Alex, I'm 30 years old, and I've been working sales jobs for about 10 years, which to me seems like a long time, probably nothing to Dave. But yeah, currently we sell CNC machines for metal cutting applications. So, you know, it's for a lot of manufacturing, for a variety of different industries. You know, you name it, we probably sell machines to it for manufacturing. So that's our name of the game. And sales has been real good to me. Ever since I started at sales, I mean, it's been a great business and I love doing sales. I've sold about 150 machines, generated about 35 million in gross sales revenue, and it's helped me pay my house off and made my wife and family very happy. So I would say for me, overall sales has been pretty great. All right, and this is Dave, so I'll let him give a little intro about him.
Hey, my name's Dave. I've been doing this about 30 years and working with Alex for about 5. And we cover almost three quarters of the country. Put on about 75,000 miles a year, so I guess that's kind of the road warrior. True road warrior for sure. Plus I do a lot of flying too, so the point is try to go, you know, where the customer is and you know, find out what their needs are and try to do it faster than the competition.
So Dave and I are in Los Angeles today for the WESTEC show this week. We're going to be going and showcasing some of our manufacturers that we work with, as well as showcasing some of the amazing technology that's out there for manufacturing, IT, anything you could think of. I mean, it's a pretty amazing show, so we're going to be showcasing what we see at the show and some amazing things that we find. But with launching our new video and our new channel, wanted to chat with you guys about some questions and some thoughts about sales that Dave and I have amassed over the years. So we got 3 questions today. So first one I'll let Dave answer, which is, what is your favorite part about being in sales?
Well, my favorite part about is the chase, finding out what the customer's need is and then finding the right solution for him and helping them, watching them become successful and making money at the same time. And then the repeat. I love the repeat.
I think for me, it's probably going to be the diversity of customers that I get to see. I've seen almost everything being made at a machine shop or shops that I go to, and it's just, every shop's different, and it's fun to be able to solve people's problems and help them be successful. And to me, that's the greatest part about being in sales. So this next question is kind of a trick question in my mind, is should the sales department be the most important department in a business? And to me, it's kind of a trick question because I think you do sales pretty much in every job, Dave. I mean, you know, you think of any job that you can think of, you do sales. Even if you're not directly selling to a customer, you know, day to day like Dave and I, you're selling yourself to your business, to the people you work with. and to other people outside of your organization. So to me, I think sales is so important that pretty much every job has sales. Dave, what do you think?
Well, yes, we sell ourselves, whatever position we're in. We try to show our view and also motivate and help others see, you know, the direction that we're trying to head. But in especially if your business revolves around, is based on sales, absolutely, sales is the most important function in the company. It's the lifeblood for the company, and I think all the other sections, you know, have to work in unison as well, as far as support and accounting and everything else. But in a sales organization, sales-based company, sales is the most important thing.
And even outside of sales-based companies, I think sales are critical, because without sales, nothing else matters. You don't have a business without sales, so it's critical. And I think everyone should at least have a little bit of sales background, regardless of what your position is, whether it's front-facing sales or you're doing accounting or HR or whatever. I think sales is 100% important, no matter what industry and what position you have in whatever industry you're in. Okay, last one. What is the most interesting customer you've sold to, and why? So maybe I'll start this one out. I guess it's not really a customer, it's more of an industry in general that I like to sell to, and one that I found that has a lot of interesting characteristics about it, and that's really selling to people that do firearm components and people that do firearm kind of work. Just a lot of strange characters in that business, and people making those components in the most random of places ever that I've seen. I mean, I've seen people making, you know, firearm components in their house, or, you know, all the way up to big multinational companies. But they're a pretty tight-knit group of people, and I think just being, you know, in that group of people that are really tight-knit and really, like, you know each other and work with each other, and I mean, they all really more or less know each other or do work for each other, so it's kind of a close-knit group of people, and that's what I think is kind of interesting, is just everyone knows everyone. So if you're successful and you do a good job, pretty much everyone in the industry knows that too. All right, Dave, what do you think?
I have so many customers that are interesting. One that comes to mind is a customer in Wyoming, and they're a job shop. So they take about anything that comes through the door, but they also do production job shop work, which is an unusual mix. What I like about these guys is that they're aggressive, but they're not crazy aggressive. They're very shrewd and smart. They do excellent work, and they're fearless. And it really inspires me. You know, I've sold them 4 going on 5 machines in the last year and a half, and they've become really one of my favorite customers. So, you know, I think that, you know, they've got the right mix. They're aggressive, but they're not crazy aggressive. They're shrewd. They always think outside the box. They never get in a rut, and I just love that about them. That's what makes them interesting to me. So,
to me, my favorite customer, I would say, is probably the ones that pay on time.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, we're here at WESTEC, which also this year is apparently with AeroDef. So let's go inside and see what we can find out. Yeah. Before we walk into WESTEC, I wanted to give a little background about WESTEC and trade shows in general for the machine tool and the manufacturing industry. So there is a major trade show, usually about every 2 years, that's called IMTS, the International Machine Tool Show. And then there's a lot of regional shows, such as WESTEC over here, where they do, you know, regional shows for the machine tool manufacturing industry. One of those happens to be WESTEC, which is the one we're going to be showcasing today, which really should be pretty amazing because all the manufacturers and people across the West Coast are going to be here. So let's go check it out. Texas. All right, so we're here at the Productive Robots booth, here with Michelle. So we're going to be talking today about the OB7. Right here you can see we're showcasing the OB7 Stretch, an amazing piece of technology. So Michelle, tell us a little bit about the OB7, some advantages, what you think is really cool about your robot.
Yeah, so we manufacture OB7 here in the United States. Our robots are really easy to use. They're very user-friendly, so just kind of move it around. We're known for our no programming, so our robots are very simple to teach. You don't require any programming to use them. So if you want to teach it a basic job, we'll grab a part right here, place it on the table, and here's the screen you're working with, learn and work. We'll hit learn a new job, and then we just go right over the part, and we close the handle, and it automatically places a pickup tile right there on the screen, and then you just place it wherever you like. Here, that, and you open the pickup. And that's it. So now you're ready to work. So you hit work and press go. And the robot learns and repeats that job over and over non-stop. So really easy to use. Makes it really simple. We can do, you know, basic jobs like this, but we can also set up OB7 to tend a CNC machine. Load and unload parts in and out of CNC machines.
This is a collaborative robot, which is really key, because with collaborative robots, you don't need special guarding. You don't need special programming. It's all very simple and all very confined to this robot and this workstation, which is amazing. Michelle, tell us a little bit, maybe some advantages of the Productive Robots versus maybe the competition.
Yeah, so one of the biggest advantages is the fact that our robots have 7 joints, just like a human arm. So it makes them very flexible.
So basically, you can take this robot right here.
Yeah.
Have it go over here.
Very flexible, and actually one of the key advantages of flexibility is for tending a CNC machine, for example. You place the robot off to the side of the machine door, and it will reach in and around into the machine to load and unload the parts. And it doesn't block access to the front of the machine. So it's a great advantage. Yeah, great flexibility.
Totally. The other thing I would like to mention is that it's on wheels at the bottom, so it's mobile. You can actually move it from job to job or machine to machine or whatever. So you're not dedicating your robot to a specific job or a specific application or machine, which is amazing for making it really the most flexible piece of technology in your facility.
Yeah, exactly. You can teach it different jobs easily and just roll it up to a different machine. And you can teach it a new job and really get to work.
Michelle, thank you. Really appreciate your time.
You too.
All right, we're at day 2 of WESTEC. So let's go check it out, Dave.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're here at the Scytec booth. I'm here with Josh. And Josh, tell us a little about Scytec.
Yeah, Scytec has been working on machine monitoring solutions in the manufacturing industry for over 20 years. today we've got a data exchange application we're going to showcase a little bit about, which we've had now for about 7 years. We've had.
Perfect. Let's go in and talk about the CNC controller and how that works with Scytec.
Yeah, so with all modern CNC controls, they all have Ethernet capability. Here we're using a FANUC simulator where we can showcase the basic functionality, come along and put it in cycle. We'll end up seeing the status change over here to show that the machine is running. Right? Not only that, additional functionality that we're able to do with a lot of these modern controls is be able to get a rich set of data, such as if the feed rate override is turned down, we can immediately see that, as well as the values for the feed rate override. Additional data that we can get include macro variables, we can see program numbers, read comments. It's a very, very rich set of data we're able to get out of these modern fancy controllers.
Awesome. Now what about legacy machines that aren't your standard modern day CNC control? How do you integrate your Scytec software with something like that?
Yeah, there's a variety of different ways. You can use a hardware module, which is by far the most common, and then a variety of different sensors. Here we have a sensor basically sensing current to understand whether the machine is running or not based on the amount of current that is flowing. So if we go over back here, transition over to this machine. Now, if I have an old legacy machine and I run that machine, we'll see that machine just went into cycle. Stop the machine comes out of cycle. So by using some very, very simple sensors, along with hardware that's designed to talk to our application, we can easily monitor not only old machines, but really any manual process using present sensors or any type of current transducer to end up sensing this type of information.
So what about robots? What if you want to integrate a robot and it's not a machine? Can you do that?
Robots are absolutely extremely easy to monitor. So either through the general inputs/outputs, through Ethernet ports, you can get information such as when they're running, when they're waiting for CNCs, how often they're in learn or being trained, teach mode, to understand exactly how they're being utilized to make sure you're getting the value out of the investment and ensure that those CNC machines and the entire process is running all the time for maximum utilization.
Josh, I really appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Thanks. All right, we're here at the Mitsubishi booth with Matt. And Matt's going to give us a little introduction. Matt, tell us a little about Mitsubishi. I know most people know Mitsubishi, but they don't know Mitsubishi Automation.
Yeah, so Mitsubishi, I'm traditionally a CNC guy, but we do pretty much anything factory automation. So we're here obviously at WESTEC, which is primarily a CNC tool show, but a lot of automation, actually to the point now where we're coming to these shows and there's way more robots than there are actually machine tools at these shows nowadays. Yeah. So we do anywhere from obviously the CNC controls, robots, but PLCs, graphic operator terminals, variable frequency drives. If it does factory automation, we probably sell it for the most part.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I guess you want to showcase the control and tell us a little bit about what's so unique about the MITS control?
Absolutely. So this is our M8 series CNC control unit. This is our 15-inch variety. Comes in a 10-inch or a 15-inch. Very intuitive operation. Again, it's a touchscreen, but very similar to what we're used to using daily with our devices like Windows and our phone systems that we use nowadays. To the point where I can come in here and pinch to zoom in and zoom out, rotate stuff around. All the soft keys down at the bottom, I can actually rotate them through there.
And as you can see, the touch screen, which is also pretty incredible because very few of the competition offers that standard with their controls.
That is true. That is standard on these controls. It's not an optional piece. It actually comes with a 15-inch and a 10-inch straight out of the box. Again, one of the big problems that we're finding nowadays is that it's tough to get the younger generation to get into this field, and we're hoping by bringing technology like this into the field, see a lot of these teenagers out there running their phones all day long. It's really not all that much different from it. It's just a larger version of your phone almost, running a CNC machine.
Totally, it's 21st century, for sure. Great, well, let's go over here and let's look at the robot. You can tell us a little about the robot. Tell us what's so unique about this robot.
It's a really cool robot. We actually call this a collaborative industrial robot. So what that basically means, it's collaborative. It's your standard collaborative, so I can stop this robot. I can work right on side with it. I don't have to have any safety devices out here to do that. But the reason we call it industrial is two reasons. Number one, you can actually see the beefiness of this robot, and that's because it actually can run 4 times faster than this. Now, 4 times faster is not a collaborative robot. We don't want this thing running that fast, but we can actually put a area sensor or a cage around this thing to the point where we can actually say, hey, we know there isn't a human close to this thing. We'll run this thing super, super fast. Somebody comes into a zone, it'll actually slow down, and I can work in conjunction with this robot. The nice thing is, this thing does stop, and we can reset it, just restart the program right from where it was, and remembers exactly what it was. What's really cool about the collaborative robots too is if you go into a teach mode on these things, you can actually manually move them around, where I can take and visually program this. So instead of having to actually know the syntax of it, I could just say, hey, I want the robot to go to point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, open the hand, go to point number 4, close the hand. It's a very, very intuitive, very easy to program robot.
Awesome. Yeah, Mitsubishi, world-renowned company. They've really dived into automation, into CNC controls, and if you can see here behind us, they have so many different options when it comes to automation and helping your shop be successful and go into the 21st century with robots, or even getting a new control and getting something that's going to be great for the shop and help make their job way easier. Appreciate your time, Matt. Thank you. So that's the end of our trip. It was a great WESTEC, great show. Everything was wonderful. So, Dave, any last comments?
Hey, just keep trucking. Just keep on the road, working hard. Road warriors.
Heck yeah. Until next time. See you later.